Welcome back to the Better Late Than Never Club. I'm Beck.
And I'm Frost.
And tonight we're doing episode 2 of the Oscars 2026 series.
We're going to be watching the battles that we've always needed. One battle we've had before. The battles are everything.
The meme has run its course.
No, I really want to get this.
I need you to know, listener, that he's giving his best performance at forgetting the name of this movie.
Leonardo DiCaprio in one battle after another. There, I got it.
Correct. 1 point to you. So, this movie, I've done some high-speed research because we just got back from pub trivia, which we won.
Smashed it.
And we're trying to fit in this mega long movie before the evening is over.
So we've got to get this intro out of the way. Stat.
So let's talk some quick facts. This is an action thriller drama. That is an appropriate combination of genres.
Yep, very forgettable, right in the middle. Yeah.
Very forgettable. In terms of budget, it made, in terms of box office globally, it made $208 million.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds great until you find out it needed to make $300 million to break even.
Oh, wow.
Whoops.
Oh, no. Sorry, the budget was $300 million?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, okay, not the budget. I'm not sure. In the Wikipedia, they said, like, it says that it's considered to be a disappointment that it didn't make 300.
Well, I think it might have had a budget of 120 and still they expect it to make, because you got to make money to keep making movies, right?
Yeah, the budget was only like 130 to 175 million.
Okay, and it made like 200.
208.
So it broke even, and some people probably got paid a little bit.
Something, yeah. Well, some people definitely did, such as Leonardo DiCaprio. According to the Wikipedia, apparently he has like a standard fee these days to be in a movie.
Yeah, I believe
Do you
that.
want to take a guess at what that is?
50 million.
No, he's so much more humble than that. It's a mere 25 million.
Of course it's 25.
Yeah, that's actually quite funny. I hadn't thought about that. Oh dear. Leo and he's got some numerology going on. He's really into his numbers. Anyway, this movie is widely acclaimed by critics. It got 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's high.
Not as good as Sinners, I will note.
No, I don't think so. Well, yeah, but it's... In terms of like what I read about it, everyone's like, it's great.
Sure, yeah, no. Yeah, I believe it.
And part of that might be because of the marketing campaign. Apparently the marketing campaign for this movie cost $70 million.
It was everywhere. I was getting ads for it all the time.
You know what's funny is that this is the perfect demonstration of how social media algorithms are so specific, because I didn't see a single thing about this movie. I didn't even know Leonardo DiCaprio was in a new movie this year. Didn't know it existed until Oscars buzz started and everyone was like, well, it's going to be a bit of a Sinners or a one battle after another kind of showdown. And I was like, what? Like, at least I'd heard of Sinners.
Yeah.
I had not heard of this movie until it started, like, getting Oscars buzz. And I was like,
complete flip for me.
That's so crazy.
It was about the only thing I was getting ads for at one point.
Well, I guess they spent all $70 million on your algorithm.
I can't even remember the name of the movie.
I didn't write much else about it because, again, with a new movie, there's not that much to be said, right? Like, this came out in, like, September last year. So it's only been out for, like, a minute in our opinions, right?
Yeah.
In our lives. That's basically like a brand new newborn baby of a movie, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit just about who's in it. So, of course, we've got Leonardo DiCaprio. He is, I believe, the main actor.
Yeah, I would say he's lead actor for sure.
And then we have Sean Penn. You know Sean Penn, right?
I always get him mixed up with Sean Bean.
Okay, not the same.
I know they're not the same.
Sean Penn, let's see, what would you know him from? Did you ever see I Am Sam?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see Milk?
No.
Okay.
We have a podcast about the movies we haven't seen, Beck.
I know. I'm not sure. I also know he was quite famous for dating Madonna and being kind of not a great guy.
That's my loose recollection, is that he wasn't a good man, but I don't know anything about his acting. I'm sure I've seen him in stuff because he's been around for a while.
Yeah. So Sean Penn is in it. We also have Regina Hall. She was in, do you remember, the Scary Movie franchise?
Yes.
She was the black woman in that. You know how there was like the main few...
I don't remember them that well.
Okay, well, that's the best I can do because you are impossible to describe people to. I'm sure I'll point her out, but Regina Hall's in it. She's great. I have liked her in films before, although I'm not sure I've seen her in like a serious movie. I feel like I've seen her only in comedies, so that's an interesting flip because I do not think this is in any way, shape or form a comedy. Then we have Benicio del Toro. Now, you might recognize that guy.
Only because every time I hear the name, I think of the director.
You think of Guillermo del Toro?
Yes.
Yeah, well, no, this is not him. Benicio del Toro was in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, The Usual Suspects, Sin City.
Who was he in Usual Suspects? Because we've seen that. We did it for the pod.
He was one of the guys in the group. So you have seen him in that, but obviously that's kind of old, so he looks significantly different now, older. And then lastly, we have, in terms of names I recognize, Teyana Taylor. Now, she is nominated for Best Supporting Actress for this. And as far as I'm aware, this may be one of her first acting roles. I haven't fully fleshed out her history.
Is she a musician normally?
Yeah, so she's a singer, songwriter, actress, model, dancer, choreographer, director of music videos. Like, she's got a lot going on in her repertoire, but I think previously she was mostly a singer. Looking at her filmography, she has been in other things, going all the way back to like 2010, but nothing huge, if you will.
So Leonardo DiCaprio here to me stands out as like a big name compared
Sean
to...
Penn is pretty huge as well.
Sean Penn's a big... I just scrolled through his filmography to see if there was anything that I could remember seeing him in. And there's like a lot of movies in Sean Penn's filmography. But like I would say that he is definitely a step down from Leonardo DiCaprio.
I mean, I guess it depends on how you quantify. Like, obviously, Sean Penn is older and has been around for longer.
Yeah.
And he's got some pretty big movies to his name. Leonardo DiCaprio is a little bit of like, I don't know. Leo's a weird one because he's he's a good actor and he's been in a lot.
I think the difference here is I just scrolled through like 100 movies that Sean Penn has been in, and I've heard of maybe 10 of them. But Leonardo DiCaprio, you've heard of basically every movie he's been in.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's
I suppose so.
That's the difference that I'm looking for. And that's why I think of Leonardo DiCaprio as this like big Hollywood actor, and Sean Penn as like a also there, nearly as big.
And you were there too.
And you were there too. And like, you know, it's kind of the other like the actresses that you've named, I can't place them. Del Toro, I know I've seen a movie with him, but I can't like place his face. That's my personal challenge.
I mean, yeah, okay. That's fair. Leonardo is by far he's the main actor, so it checks out that he would be the biggest.
He represents like 10% of the bill of the movie.
That's true.
In terms of dollar cost.
The last thing I want to touch on is, of course, director. So our director is Paul Thomas Anderson.
Where's Anderson's brother?
I don't think so.
Could you imagine?
His partner is Maya Rudolph, though. You know Maya Rudolph, right? SNL? Oh, God. You know what? Never mind. There's no point. No point of me trying.
Just the blank look doesn't get recorded by the microphones.
I wish it did. Yeah, we need a cricket soundbite that plays. Let's talk about Paul Thomas Anderson's filmography, though.
Yeah, lay it on me.
As a director. So, just looking at the ones that I recognize, we've got Boogie Nights.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, me also. And Magnolia. I've heard of that as well.
I've heard of that.
And Punch Drunk Love.
I've heard of that. But these are films that I haven't seen. I might have seen Magnolia.
There Will Be Blood. I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah.
And then I haven't heard of any of the others until obviously this one. But he's got maybe 10 or 12 here. This is his 10th. So he has 10 directed features, and this being the 10th. And this is the one that has made the most money. I did see somewhere in the Wikipedia.
But yet it didn't do well. I mean, it didn't do as well as they thought.
It obviously, they spent their money in ways that maybe are ill-advised.
Yeah,
70 million for marketing just seems insane.
I mean, I get it, because if you spend 70 million in marketing and it does really well, you can point to the marketing as to why it did well.
I suppose
if you burn $70 million in marketing and the movie doesn't do well, you wish you'd never spent 70 million in marketing.
Yeah. Well, apparently, sorry, this is just one last thing. People thought the marketing was kind of weird. So that they had this, because, obviously the online sphere is the place to be to get eyeballs on your stuff these days, because everyone's on their little, portal to hell in their pocket on their phone. And so they had Leonardo DiCaprio launched his own YouTube channel with a debut of the teaser trailer. And then they also had, an Instagram account which revealed the film was coming to Fortnite Creative. So they were really, they went into the video game route, trying to get, I guess, younger eyeballs on it, perhaps.
Sorry, as in They did a Fortnite.
collaboration, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Additionally, there was posts on Twitter that applied meme templates to out of context clips from the film to I guess get the hype up around it.
Now, Beck, all of those things you've listed, I can do for free on my computer upstairs.
Right.
So how did they spend $70 million on that?
I don't know, but there's some guy that's cleaned up just in his basement making memes, I guess.
It's like Leonardo charges $25 million for the appearance fee, but he also moonlights as a marketing director. He's like, I'll launch a YouTube channel
For $30 million.
for $30 million.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know where it went, but I guess, you know,
Oh, that's really upsetting.
people like it, and I think that's what matters most, right? Like, as long as people got paid and no one walked away having done a lot of work for
I mean, the
nothing,
marketing guy got paid.
paid heavy. But at the end of the day, I feel like what you want is to make a film that people like.
They
right?
they definitely need to make a film about just a bunch of marketing guys who keep upping the ante about, well, we don't want to do marketing anymore. Let's just charge ridiculous prices.
$1 million per meme.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's one battle after another. I basically have no concept of what this film is about. I think the only thing I know about it is that it involves something to do with race.
Here's what I know about it based on the extensive $70 million advertising budget they dropped on me. It is an action film that follows Leonardo DiCaprio as this like washed up ex-spy or something like that. Like he's ex-military, think John Wick, but not as cool. He now has a family, he's out of the game, and then something happens to his family, Taken style, and so he gets back in the game.
Okay. Interesting. I knew none of that.
And like that's my take on it from the ads. And if that isn't the film at all, then
That's what I'm expecting now, because I've had my free Frosty advertising.
no, that'll cost you $70 million.
No, I'm in debt.
Yeah.
I've got $30,000 in credit card debt. Well, I'm in debt now because I cannot pay you $70 million for that free marketing.
Let's see if you get
free at all.
let's see if you get a refund, because if I'm horribly wrong, I think you've got grounds for a refund.
Yeah, let's dive in. So it's not 4 a.m. by the time we finish this, and let's watch one battle after another.
First, we meet a group of far-left revolutionaries called the French 75. Two members, Pat and Perfidia, are lovers, but things quickly become complicated when Perfidia gives birth to a child. Not long after, Perfidia is captured and gives up information on her fellow revolutionaries. Pat and the baby are swiftly relocated and begin to live life as Bob and Willa. Years later, Willa is a teenager, and Bob is a washed-up and drug-riddled man. Elsewhere, a prominent military man called Lockjaw has been hunting them, and as he closes in, both father and daughter go on the run, separated in the madness. Meanwhile, Lockjaw is in consideration to be inducted into a secret society of white supremacists, known as the Christmas Adventurers Club. They uncover that Willa is actually Lockjaw's daughter, sending their own assassin to kill the crooked colonel. After several tense and deadly pursuits, the assassin meets his end at Willa's gun, and she and Bob are reunited. Lockjaw also meets a fitting end, unable to escape his hypocritical past. Here's some deeper thoughts on the matter.
I'm just going to get it out of the way at the top. Dear Lord, that was a long movie.
It was pretty long, and I've got to say this as well. Coming straight from watching Sinners,
Yeah.
relatively, not enough racists died in the making of this film. That's my key takeaway.
Yeah, my key complaint, yeah.
Like if I'm at the Oscars and I'm deciding where to cast my vote, right? I think only like 1 or 2 racists died in this film.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There is the scene where the bounty hunter kills a bunch of dudes,
Yeah.
but they're
that's
killed
true.
off screen, so they only count as half.
Look, oof.
It was a long film.
That was a lot of film. That wasn't exactly what I expected.
I'll tell you for free, their $70 million of advertising was very wasted, because I thought it was a very different kind of film.
Yeah.
As evidenced by my, he's like budget John Wick and it's a Taken situation. Kind of, I guess. His daughter did get taken at like the 70% mark through the film.
Yeah. I will say, I think like, I understand why each part was included plot-wise, but I don't think I started enjoying the film until the 16 years later bit, when it flashed forward to Willa and Bob living their undercover lives.
So you said during that bit that it feels like we're watching a montage, I think. Was that what you said?
I said it felt like we're watching a trailer.
Yeah, trailer, that's right. And it was, because they were obviously trying to keep it brief, because they were just trying to give us context for
Exactly, yeah.
like what a wild unit they were as
Yeah.
a couple or whatever.
And the history of the French 75 and sort of the tensions that existed. But yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with you. That bit up the front, that felt like a really, really long trailer because it was too like choppy to get a real story, and the whole thing just felt really weird.
It was really hard to like get into it.
Yeah, because you're just getting dragged around from montage to montage, from whatever.
Weird scene to weird scene of like, who are these people? Who am I rooting for? What's going on? And I get like it's kind of chaos incarnate. So I
And
part
what?
of me is like, I understand what they were going for. It just maybe didn't work for me, kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
And like, she's arresting the captain. Why does he have to have a hard on? What is that?
Right.
Part
Their
of it.
dynamic, I don't really. I mean, I think it's hard, right? Because we're reacting to this literally seconds after credits are rolling.
Yes.
So I think, and this is something that I feel, maybe I haven't stated this in a while on the podcast, but I feel I need to do so for this movie,
Caveat.
is to please take our reviews and our thoughts with the grain of salt that we don't have any time to percolate on them at all.
Yeah.
And to maybe form more cohesive opinions.
You might even say these aren't exactly deeper thoughts on the matter.
No, there's a bit of false advertising in that regard. But if I was to think about her character, Perfidia, which, what a name.
What a name.
I don't think I've ever heard that name before.
Well, Perfidia Beverly Hills might not be a real name. It might be an alias.
Maybe.
Because like his name was Crazy Jim.
Well, it was like Rocket Man. and
Rocket Pat
Ghetto
or Ghetto Pat or something, yeah.
It was that they all had a lot of names and stuff going on. But her character is obviously very complicated, and this like through and through revolutionary like chaos agent, and clearly has a bit of a thing for like power and her own, autonomy, if you will. And so the dynamic between her and the Colonel is weird, especially at the beginning, because we have no context for any of this. And
Yeah.
we're like, what the hell is going on?
Like when I saw that, I wondered if he was meant to be like an inside man,
Right.
and he was part of it.
Exactly. And that was kind of odd. But yeah, so her behavior kind of just reads as power play, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's uncomfortable, but I think intentionally uncomfortable. And then the whole thing about like he threatens her and he's like, I want my gun and my hat back. And then obviously they meet up and they conceive a child.
Yeah, they work hard on that apparently.
And so that I don't know, it's a little confusing, but also like think life is complicated and people are complicated, and I kind of think that's what they were going
The
for.
revolution doesn't stop for one pregnancy, Beck.
Yeah. And maybe her attitude during the whole pregnancy is kind of reflective of the fact that she knew.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah,
I guess.
possibly.
And even her behavior post, like when she was not really, didn't seem really like the mothering type either way.
Yeah.
If I was to look at it percentage-wise, I think I enjoyed the middle 60% of the film.
Yeah, so once she gets arrested for the bank job and there's the big escape, from there on, I think it gets really quite interesting.
Yeah.
Like a lot more interesting.
So obviously she rats on everyone.
Yeah.
And they escape, Willa and Bob as they are now known.
Yeah.
And then that is really interesting, seeing there like how he deteriorates into this paranoid mess of a man. And then Sensei, great character.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but the sensei was top. Absolutely the
It's
best.
Sensei. His name is Sensei.
What?
Well, I just love how everyone's like, yes, Sensei. Like they, you know.
I think my favorite scene in this film, it's got to be said, is like just as chaos is breaking out in the town and like the sensei's driving down and he's got those skaters. And obviously everybody knows him because he's part of the underground railway in this sanctuary city.
Yeah.
And then like there's this really cool scene where these guys are like parkouring over the top of the roof. And then there's just like 50, 60-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio like running after them and looking like the antithesis of athleticism.
Yeah.
It was a really good scene.
It was. I thought that was some of those sequences where they're getting everyone ready to escape this police crackdown
Yeah.
were some of the most impressive and enjoyable shots of like cinematography and editing and everything.
It does have to be said that this film is depressingly timely.
Incredibly so. I don't think anyone could have, well, maybe you could have foreseen it, but the timing is pretty intense.
You
pretty
could have
on the
foreseen
nose.
it. But yeah, it's very on the nose. Like border force going into a town and kicking up a fuss and starting a war.
Just grabbing, black bagging people. And,
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty awful stuff, to be honest.
So
It does. I think maybe that is partly what makes it's very confronting in some of those ways.
and it's also like film is one of those mediums where it's like, oh, this is here. Let's shine a mirror on. And unlike Sinners, which is
It's a bit more historically based.
and also it's horror and supernatural.
Sure.
Right. I'm in a house, but there's no vampires in here. So, but I am in a city where the
Racial
police.
tensions can easily rise.
Right, and
Yeah.
police state can be a total thing. And whilst it's not like bad here compared to America, I can absolutely see why this would do very well in America, especially because places like the Oscars tend to be a little bit more left
on
leaning.
the pulse of what the country is feeling and thinking and all of that right now.
So I can certainly appreciate why this is doing well amongst critics.
Yeah. No, for sure. I also think not just the Border Patrol / overzealous police / military force of it all. You've also got the underground white supremacy evil cabal shit going on.
the Jeffrey Epstein Secret
Exactly.
Island
It's-
guys.
Yeah, it's great. Like those two things in conjunction, given what's happening right now,
Yeah.
is just wild. Oh yeah.
So this movie for me gave off exactly the same vibes as Civil War, which was a movie that came out a year or two ago.
Haven't seen
I'm
it.
not sure you've seen it.
No.
It's just like not even like a mirror of modern America in its current state. It's just like it's like if a Black Mirror episode was just too close to home.
Yeah.
So a lot of this had that. But also it was very funny. It had a lot of funny moments.
Well, a lot of the that middle bit with Leonardo DiCaprio and Sensei Benicio del Toro, because obviously Sensei is super calm and chill,
And he's got it together.
yeah, and just you've got to give it to Leonardo DiCaprio. He is a very good actor.
Yes.
And he's very good at the physicality of embodying the emotion and the character and everything.
Like he was falling apart.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when the guy on the phone is like, "What is the time?" And he's in Sensei's apartment, and Sensei looks over at him and tells him what the code is. Because obviously Sensei,
No, he doesn't tell him what the code is. He just tells him the time. And that wasn't the code. The code was time does not exist, but it still controls us.
No, you're right.
So the Sensei's just trying to be helpful.
Okay.
He's like, here's the time.
Yes. Okay, so
Because they're not part of the same...
no. You're right. So
Thing.
when he said that thing, I thought maybe he knew.
Yeah.
And he was
It
just
kinda
trying to-
gives that vibe, but then of course no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, that actually does make sense because you're right. I forgot that he does get the code given to him.
And the guy has to apologize for being so nitpicky.
Yeah. Well, I
So
mean,
funny. Oh no, I get it. Yeah.
Secret organizations got to have secret codes, but also it's kind of like you're talking to this, like, in their words, of a veteran.
Yeah.
A war hero, I think is what they phrase him as.
Yeah.
Which he technically would have been, right? It's like, 16 years. He's been fighting for 15 years before that. So
Right.
he is, if it was a military standards, he's a veteran and a war hero for the resistance. He's done his time and now the resistance is protecting him.
Yeah. And it's their duty to help him not get caught.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about nominations, since this is the Oscars
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Obviously, Best Picture. I think it's interesting. We sort of talked a little bit about this, that I somehow wouldn't be surprised that this would win because of the political
Yeah.
framework that the world is in right now.
Comparing the page to Off the Cuff, I think Sinners is a better movie.
Yes.
I think this is going to win Best Picture.
Yeah, which is a bit upsetting. I enjoyed Sinners more. I think that's kind of immediately evident based on my feelings, but we'll get into the more specifics, I guess, of what I did and didn't enjoy. So leading actor, obviously, you've got Leo nominated for that.
He did good.
He did a good job.
He did a good job.
But did he do a better job than Michael B. Jordan?
Hard to say.
I don't know. Michael B. Jordan played two characters.
But
Leonardo DiCaprio did a very good high stress.
he did a very good job of falling apart for 2.5 hours.
Right. So, I don't know. How long is a piece of string? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you can't really compare because every acting...
Both of them are in the running,
Role.
fair to say.
Yeah, for sure. Both very, they deserve their nominations.
Yes, that's fair. That's a fair way to put it.
We've got supporting actor. We've actually got Benicio del Toro.
Oh, yes, I hope so, please. Yes. Sensei.
We also have Sean Penn.
So 2 noms for this film for Sean Penn's character was so hateable.
But that's impressive.
Very impressive. And like he was just a psychopath. He actually was scary.
Yeah.
So scary.
And it helps that he's got that face.
Yeah. It's unfortunate for Sean Penn that he has that face, but
obviously it's played up. Like I saw his face recently. I think it was at the Golden Globes or something. And like the haircut, and they probably did makeup, and also I think he's acting with his face, right? Like he's pulling expressions and mannerisms. They make him look way worse and horrible.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's got old white man face, and that helps be a scary old white man. You know what I mean? Like it's built into the DNA.
And the whole the rigidity of the body, like he's swinging his arms. He's this like little powerhouse of a white racist man. Like that's so scary.
One of my favorite parts is when, I mean, it's horrible because he's got his daughter, which, oh my God, horrible for her, in the church, and they're waiting for the DNA test to come back. And he's sitting over there. She's like, "Why is your shirt so tight?" And he's immediately like, "I'm not gay." And she's like, "I didn't say that, but I can see the lifts in your shoes." That was so perfect. It's so like fearless Gen Z, like talking back, like, "I'm not afraid of you, you tiny little white racist man." You know what I mean? Like,
it was really good.
Man,
it was very good. Yeah. I wonder if that was scripted or just like they're in character and they're just method acting a bit, and she's just landed on him.
I don't know. I guess Sean Penn must be little. You can't really fake. You can fake being taller generally in films because of.
I don't mean like he's little. I just mean like he is.
No, I think
he's kind of wiry, right?
He's stocky.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so where I was going with that though is like he felt small because his arms were small, his figure was small, and I wonder if that was intentional. I wonder if he's just like a regular sized dude, but they shot him as this small man in a lot of ways because he's just this like powerless white racist dude who thinks he has power and blah blah blah.
One thing, just because we'll drop it and out of these categories, just to sort of back to plot for a second. I am surprised. Or not, maybe surprised is the wrong term. But when Lockjaw survives the assassination attempt by the Christmas Adventurers, which, again, what a name. And then obviously he tries to continue his initiation process, but they still want to kill him because they don't abide by his activities, even though he tries to explain them away. I thought that whole bit at the end where they do this interview, and obviously part of that, he's got this messed up face from the injury. They show him the office, they gas him to death, and then burn his body. And all of that, I'm like, I don't know if that was necessary. I feel like he could have just died in the car crash because they still killed him. Like, the effect was still there. I'm not sure personally, and I'm happy to hear someone's opinion on what it added to the film. But it added, like, I don't know how long exactly.
It was like an extra 5-10 minutes, yeah.
But I'm like, what did that really add outside of showing that they just really didn't want him, which we already knew because they sent someone to kill him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It was an interesting scene, but if we're talking about, like...
I hear exactly where you're coming from, because if he died in the car crash, or if he died in the gas chamber at the end, I think at one point it just serves to really sell how, like, deep he is in it, and B, how horrible the KKK is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't need that much convincing.
No, I mean...
Like, I got it from, like, the first bit when they were, like, talking about supremacy, and then, like, a secret under the house crazy...
I agree with you. To be clear, I don't think it was necessary.
Yeah. But I'm open to, like, somewhat, because, you know, some people will be like, well, actually, it demonstrated yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So feel free to share your thoughts on that.
Yes. Yeah. Comment and please tell us why you thought that scene was necessary.
Well, actually, that was the most important scene of the film, and here's why.
While we're talking about scenes that were too long.
Sure.
That car chase scene where they're going up and those things, that went on for way too long. They could have...
talk about that in editing, because I was like, cut 3/4 of that.
We're talking about things that went on too long. That went on way too long.
Holy moly.
That was just huge. And
I mean, like, I understand if I'm trying to get in the mind of the filmmakers, right? It's like you're trying to build tension, I guess.
And there was tension.
There was tension, but like it went on for so long that it lost tension.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it went out the other side, and I was like, okay, I understand that they're in cars and that the road goes up and down.
And it's very straight.
And he's getting closer,
And they're going fast, I guess.
and it's revving,
But like,
and she's looking in the mirror.
we started laughing at like the ridiculous high revs of the
Almost got
car.
to comedy levels.
It
I'm
was-
like, that's not what it should be going for. Like, that's not
Exactly.
it.
So it detensioned itself. And then when she parked the car, obviously the
Like, that was cool. That was a good resolution to the
Yeah.
situation, but that
just
did not
a
need to
minute
go on for that long.
A minute less of car chase. Anyway, sorry. I had to say it.
So there's no leading actress, because that makes sense. It's not really a main actress role.
Yeah. Kind of Willa though.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But I don't... maybe.
I see why not. Probably because she doesn't have enough lines. Like,
Possibly.
she doesn't really say a whole lot.
So this one actually, now that I've seen the movie, this is kind of surprising to me. Teyana Taylor, aka Perfidia,
Yeah.
is nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she did a bad job. I think she did a fine job. It didn't blow me away. It felt not, I personally think it wasn't as strong as some of the other supporting roles.
Yeah.
Like Willa and even, I don't know what the character's name is.
The one who breaks her out of high school.
Yeah, played by Regina.
But
They didn't have as much screen time. And obviously she has like quite an important role in the beginning of the film and sort of the setting up that, you know, Willa, her mother is this kind of this figurehead that was super influential, but then also a rat. So it's like,
Yeah.
I get that she's important as a character, but in terms of the acting itself, I would be surprised
yeah.
if she won that category.
I agree.
Especially if we're comparing it to the Sinners actress that played Annie.
Yeah.
I think she did a better job. The Sinners actress.
Yeah, like comparing the pair for sure. I'm surprised that Perfidia's role was the one that got nominated, not Willa's role,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. I agree. We have a lot of categories here that, again, we're not experts in. So we've got like casting, cinematography, director, editing, score. The score. Let's talk about the score, because I thought the score was quite interesting.
Yeah, quite a few times the absolute chaos piano.
There was a lot of chaos piano. It definitely helped keep the energy up. I think honestly the score was one of the only reasons that I like got through this movie without pausing, because it kept the
Yeah.
momentum going a little bit.
It was a very different kind of score to Sinners. Like this was very much like somebody on the piano or a few musicians just like playing music to suit the mood and tension of the scene, and it was really, really effective.
Yeah.
And really good. I gotta say though, there were some times where the audio, like the music, was just really loud over dialogue.
True.
So like, cool.
For us with now no captions watching.
Yeah, for no captions watching, and like I don't know.
Sometimes it can be a bit of a choice, like to give the energy, I guess, but it doesn't always work.
No, it didn't. It didn't work.
Yeah. Another one that they're nominated in is production design, which is interesting because with a movie like Sinners, and I know we're comparing it a lot to that, but that's the only other film we've watched so far for this series.
Yeah.
Sinners has a very clear production design of what they're going for, and they achieved it. They pulled it off really well. For this, I'm like, okay, well, I guess there was places and things, and they looked normal. They didn't look like sets, I guess.
I mean, they went to a lot of places and did a lot of
They did.
things.
And here's the thing, I'm not undermining the fact that,
Like, it was good production design, but the bar
yeah,
for Sinners was so much higher because they had to go for historical.
right.
Whereas the bar for this, a lot lower. They just had to pick some cars. Any cars will do because they're literally after beaters most of the time.
Yeah.
And then they're just going out in some places, shooting on site. They may need to do, I don't know, like the little devices they had that sang songs to each other. Mm-hmm. So that's probably some of the only like real props they had to do, and they were just like little silver boxes. I don't know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I just don't, I will be surprised if that got that over Sinners.
The Resistance sets were cool, like the radio operator guy's house in I think Mexico or wherever he gets grabbed from.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff
El
was
Paso, I think.
yeah. So Texas.
I think.
All of that is to say, like, it was good. The sets were good. I just don't think it's more impressive than Sinners.
It feels like very different ball games.
Yeah.
To be comparing to. Nominated in sound as well.
Yeah, that's fair. A lot of that was pretty good.
Pretty good sound. This is an adapted screenplay as opposed to an original screenplay.
No vote from me.
You're original only.
Original only, baby.
And that's it.
The story was really interesting. I will say that. Having expected it to be like a John Wick meets Taken action drama movie and turning it into this like way more politically charged. Like there was a message to this movie in and around the plot of ex-terrorist like trying to escape his ex-terrorist life and it falling in a heap on his family.
Yeah.
It was hectic. It was well written. It was a good story. It was well adapted for film. It was a little bit too long, but not because of the story. It was too long because there were just some scenes that really dragged that didn't really add to the story.
Yeah. I think the other thing about assessing how good something is in the realm of adapted screenplay is if you don't know the original source material, like what it's being adapted from, it's like, well, how can I tell if it's a good adapted screenplay? Because I don't know the original source material. Like, is it loosely related? Is it a direct... What, have they tried to recreate it in a visual medium?
Maybe that's why I've heard of the French 75. Maybe I'm loosely familiar with some of the fictional creations of that. As far as my measure of an adapted screenplay goes, if I don't know the source material, I think it's more about did I find...
It's adapted from the 1990 novel Vineland, which is political satire.
What other categories? We're out of categories?
I went through a few of them a bit quickly, like editing and cinematography and casting and stuff. Because we sort of talked about how, editing-wise, we have a bit of feedback with the length of some scenes.
Yeah, there could have been more left on the floor.
Yeah.
The cinematography was good. And, honestly, they might just win it for that rooftop scene. Because that was spectacular.
That was pretty cool.
That whole bit was great. The battle in the city.
I liked the scene where Sensei is going through, they get back to the shop and he's telling everyone what to do and he's walking around. Then he goes into the bit where they've got all the people sleeping, the undocumented people, and they line up. And then he goes to the apartment 54 or whatever it is and, he's introducing them and then he goes back out. Like, that whole sequence was my favorite.
Yeah.
In terms of cinematography.
That was really good too. So I think there's a lot to like about this film for those awards.
Yeah.
So I think it is going to definitely at least fight its fight and shoot its shot and have every battle after another.
Shall we rate it?
Yeah, right.
Do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Better not steal my category.
I hope I cannot imagine I will.
Go on.
So I'm going to rate One Battle After Another 8.5 nitpicky code words out of 10.
Very nice. This might shock some folks, but I'm going to rate One Battle After Another 7.9 weed smoking nuns out of 10.
Yes. Oh, God, I'd forgotten about that whole bit.
Yeah.
This film was long.
It was. And that is a bit of a personal bias of mine. When a movie is too long, it just starts to drag on my brain. And I'm just like, I just feel like we could have wrapped this up in a more succinct fashion.
I enjoyed it just enough and was interested in it just enough that I caught myself thinking this is too long, but I didn't experience the how long have we been here drag.
I checked my phone twice, I think, to see how far through we were. The first time we were like halfway through, and then so what would that have been, like an hour 20?
10 hours ago, who knows?
And the last time I checked it was we had 40 minutes left, so we were 2 hours in, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
I thought it was a good movie. I think it's really interesting, especially given the world right now.
Current political climate and everything else.
Exactly. Worth a watch, but I think it's safe to say, based on not just my review, but my score, that I liked Sinners more.
Yeah. I hope Sinners wins more awards. I know in my heart of hearts that this is going to win some more Oscars because I think, for example, things like its cinematography were more showy because it was a modern film. I think it's going to win Best Picture, sorry. I still think that things like Best Supporting Actress and Best Actor are going to maybe go to Sinners. Obviously, we've only seen 2 of the 10 nominated for Best Picture. So
yes, we've got some work to do.
But yeah. Go and see this. It's pretty good. Make sure you just block out like 3 hours of your day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not we have to like wrap up and go to bed now. So good luck getting some good sleep after that. But let us know your thoughts if you've seen this. Next film up on the block is likely to be Frankenstein, which I'm so excited for.
I'm actually really excited for that. I was devastated we didn't get to see it when it came out in cinemas because we were just so busy. But this is going to be good.
Yeah, no, I think safe to say we're going to go from Benicio del Toro to Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and I'm very excited. So let us know what you thought of One Battle After Another. Leave us a comment, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you find us. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk at you next time.
Till next time.
This episode of the Better Late Than Never Club is brought to you by our patrons: Alex, Christopher, Lindy, Matthew, Nathan, and Rachel.
And also our members, Amos, Andrew, Elizabeth, Raina, Salty Pond, and Simon.
Thank you for listening.